Yo, 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 what it do? What it be, y'all? It's your boy A-N to the T, coming to you with a Fighter Z commentary. I ain't played this in a minute, so I figured since I'm gonna throw it back, let me go back and talk about the war in Chi-Raq. Yeah, I got a little bars here and there, but in my last video, I talked about, or at least the last video in the series, I talked about how I got introduced to drill rap and how after like the death of Young Pappy, I really started to follow the madness that was going down in Chicago and all the crazy shit that was happening. So Chief Keef, as we know it, put drill music on the map back in like 2011, 2012, somewhere around there. However, the origins of drill rap can be traced back to a guy named Pac-Man from a set called Dro City. Which I could be wrong on this, but Dro City actually is a couple of different sets at this point. I know a few sets like Jaro City. I could be wrong about Jaro, but I know for sure TYMB and Mubu all pay their respect to Dro. So Pac-Man was good friends apparently with King Louie, who obviously reps Mubu, well-known rapper. He rose to fame around the same time as Chief Keef did, but he signed to OVO, Drake's label, which was supposed to be a huge career move, but as far as I know, he didn't really do much, if anything, on OVO before he got shot in his head. And really, after he got shot in his head, his career hasn't been the same, unfortunately, which, you know, that's understandable. You know, you got shot in your head, that's going to kind of set you back all kinds of ways. But before all that happened, Mubu and a lot of the older guys from, you know, Dro City and stuff like that was hanging around some of the younger O Block guys, so it's kind of not hard to see, like I said, why O Block and a lot of those younger guys use that slang, and how it kind of spread on from there, you feel me? So, like, it's not hard to see how Chief Keef and a lot of these young O Block guys were using this kind of slang, because, like, you see in the L's Anthem video, you do see Mubu Crump and a couple of 051 members before a lot of shit apparently popped off and went south. But by the L's Anthem video, Pac-Man had already died. He was shot and killed. There's not really a lot of info I could find on how or why he died or which set got him. I think it was reported Cranktown apparently killed him or something, but I can only assume it was either something street or personal. He doesn't really... He didn't seem like the type to really beef with anybody, as far as I know, or like I said, he wasn't into dissing sets in his music that I've heard. So it could have just been on some personal shit, or he was just, you know, wrong place, wrong time. He was a op to his set. They caught him lacking. Simple as that. But a lot of those early killings were mostly about women or money, so even though Pac-Man died in 2010 and he wouldn't live to see his creation, you know, to see what it is today, and I don't know if he would really be proud of what it's become, because I don't think he was really on the disrespectful tip, and now drill music is kind of known for its raw, like, disrespectful lyrics, you know. For the most part, I mean, some of it is, you know, some of them tell stories, you know, not all of it's really dissing ops, but for the most part, I want to say a good 85% of drill music is dissing ops and dead people, so show me where I'm wrong. But he, you know, he was actually one of the few, I think his death kind of marked the end of drill music being, you know, traditional, or, you know, being about anything other than dissing ops, because I think 2011, like right when Chief Keef started getting popular, and smoking Tuka pack became popular. A lot of guys started, being real disrespectful and putting guys in backwoods or smoking dead dudes out the zip. Like, it's just some demonic shit, really. And most of these guys have been dead for 10, 15 years. These guys didn't even know these guys personally or grow up with them. They just know their friends are still alive. So people who rep them, it's just to get under their skin for the most part, like people who diss Fredo. Now, don't get me wrong, though. Even though I said, shit was just about to start popping off during the L's Anthem video, a lot of bodies did drop during those early years right before Chief Keef got on and, drill music really started to reach the national and international plateau that it's at right now. Like Jaro, which Jaro City is named after, he was killed in 2005. Hottie was killed by D-Thang from 600, which, that started the whole 600 and Jaro City war. Only because D-Thang was crazy as fuck, for no other reason. The fact that, D-Thang would go around on his bike just shooting at people. So, he was bound to catch a body sooner or later using that strategy. So, Hottie just happened to be in the mix. Dalvin apparently was caught by TYMB. A lot of people thought D-Thang from 600 got him, but apparently Lil Bubba on Twitter pretty much confirmed that TYMB got him, or hinted at TYMB got him. So those were two of the Jaro City members that got killed early. Those murders happened in 2008, 2007, around there. So these guys have been dead for about 10, 11 years, and they're still getting dissed in songs, especially Jaro. Junebug from MOB was killed in 2007. Zico from 051, Zico World, that named the whole block after him. I don't really know where that started. Maybe that started with Zico. However, I couldn't pinpoint a specific set that started. Just like I don't know where Smoking Dead People came from, honoring people by naming blocks after them or world or whatever. I could not tell you which set started that. But it's a cool way to honor people for sure. But that whole Smoking Dead People shit, that's crazy. Whoever started that shit is a monster. For real. I did hear reports that some Chief Keef collaborator, can't think of his name, but he has a couple songs with Chief Keef. I might leave a link to it in the description. He was the first one to start smoking Tuka. Maybe that's where that came from. But who knows? This shit is disrespectful as fuck, though. For real. Lil Mo from Lamron was killed in 2009. Chief Keef shouts him out a couple times in his music. Ty from TYMB was killed by STL, and Tuka was apparently revenge for that. Tuka even said, reportedly on Facebook, even on video, it was on Facebook. He was die why like Ty. So he was disrespecting ops for sure. Back on the east side, or I don't know, depending on where you're from, Shooter Shells in an interview before his death kind of referred to as NLMB as the east side, but I don't really know. I think it's a generational kind of thing. I think the older guys kind of referred to as NLMB, and Pocket Town is the south side. They're kind of right on that border, I think. I'm not an expert in Chicago geography. Hell, I don't even know my home state's geography that well, to be honest with you. So I think the younger guys kind of refer to NLMB or that kind of the No Limit area as um, the east side, and the older guys refer to it as the south side. So it's kind of weird. We'll just call it the east side because that's kind of what we're into now. A lot of the older guys don't really speak on a lot of shit, so the younger guys refer to it as the east side. We'll call it the east side. But Vito from NLMB died in 2009. Fazo died in 2010. Welch, who Welch World is named after, is killed in 2012, which that's actually an interesting sequence of events. It's kind of sad. He was killed after he apparently killed somebody's cousin. I believe it was Sess's cousin, and then Sess killed Welch, along with Neff or Nefi. She might have been the getaway driver or something. And a couple months later, they were both killed as well. So yeah, they both died in 2010. Pac-Man died in 2010, as I mentioned. Jim Money from Suwu TTB, which 46 Billa disrespects several times in his music. Definitely. Oh, and he's also shouted out by I believe TTB Nez in a couple songs too. But he died in 2010. Lex from Gutterville died in 2010. Which, that's what Lexville / Gutterville named after. Lil Face from Face World, which, Face World named after. That he died in 2010. Now, 2011 would see a lot. Like, the shit would really start popping off and really start picking up. Tuka died early that year, 2011. Sess and Neef died 2011. Just a couple months apart. Like I said, that was a tragic series of events. Dart from ABM was killed. Chief Keef and Dirk shouted him out multiple times. Ike from Brick Squad was killed over some fucking bullshit, over a fucking hat. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Baldy from 600 and Bebe from BBG both died. OD from O Block died on Tuka Day, which that was a insane day. If you were ever on the Wikipedia pages, I have screenshots, from the story times. Thank God I saved those because I knew they would get shut down again. But rest in peace, OD, and all the fallen members. I'm still writing off in 2011. D-Thang was killed in 2011. Lil Steve from 600 was killed in 2011. T-Streets was killed in 2011. That sparked the 600 051 war, which is still kind of going on today. Dale from STL died. Tutu from Jaro City was killed. Etho and Mac were both killed in 2011 in the same tragic event. That was sad as fuck to read about when that all popped off. And then Shaq and Sharad and from Shaq was from 600, Sharad was from O Block, and then Rock from NLMB all died early 2012, and that's when shit really started just to get serious. Drill started to get recognized. I think around that time Kanye did that remix to Don't Like or whatever, so it was getting a national spotlight as far as musically, and then as far as on the internet, DJ Academics, I think somewhere around there, started his Warren Chi-Raq videos. So all that, everything that was going down in Chi-Raq was just starting to get more and more attention, whether it be street or legitimate music business. So and now even in 2019, a lot of those guys literally I just named that died almost 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago almost, in some cases, they're still getting dissed. And it's not because, you know, those guys probably were disrespectful, and some of those guys did kill people, but those guys have friends that are still alive, and they still honor his name by, you know, dissing ops, and those ops diss them. It's just a whole dangerous mix of emotions and revenge, really. And that's, again, like I said in my last video, that's why the violence, I don't see it stopping anytime soon. It's going to take a miracle for these guys to just sit down and actually be like, oh, well, it's cool. Nah, that shit's not going to happen. So, like, even now, like, Fredo, like, just died a couple years ago. He's getting dissed, and I don't think he really even had a problem with anybody. But it just gets under the skin of Front Street and, you know, his homies like Fredo and Lil Durk. You know, it's gonna get under their skin, so of course they're gonna diss him. He was a lot allied with the ops, and that's just what happens in Chicago. It's sad, but that's the reality that these guys live in. Real shit. So, hope y'all enjoyed the info I presented in this video. This next video I got in the series, I'll talk more about 2012 all the way up to, like, maybe present day, depending on how long the video is. Maybe all the way up until 2015, 2016 at the least. But yeah, there's a lot to talk about, kind of a lot more stories. I mentioned a couple here. Go ahead and leave a like. Presenting y'all with primo info on the Warren Chi-Raq. No fucking biases, just straight facts. No dissing dead people for fucking clout. None of that dumb shit. No trying to fucking box gang members and telling them you gonna bring a gun, or no stupid shit like that. But yeah, go ahead and subscribe, ring the damn bell, support the cause and all that, so you don't miss none of my dope content dropping soon. Working on more conspiracy theory videos. Of course, I'm gonna have a part 3, like I said, dropping to this sometime in the near future. Just gotta get that shit written out. So yeah, it's been your boy ANT, the Elevated Gamer. Go ahead and leave a comment on, you know, maybe some of the sets I should talk about, cover some of the events or specific people I should talk about in my future videos on this subject. But yeah, like I said, it's been your boy ANT, the Elevated Gamer, aka the Above Average Gamer. Be safe out there, y'all. Don't get smoked. I got something in the works with my homies, all collaborating. I might let y'all in on that more real soon as I develop it more. I got a vision, starting to work on that shit a little bit more. But like I be saying, y'all, stay tuned. I'm out. Peace. Psych. I got a couple more minutes left on this video, so I'm gonna go ahead and narrate this. I'm doing dirt with Yamcha. My team that I originally got good with was Vegeta, Fat Boo, and Gotenks. But then I just switched out Gotenks for Yamcha in this one, and low-key, I was low-key doing dirt with Yamcha. Yamcha is low-key a god in this game. But low-key caught the S ranking for the first time on the 7 regular tier tower, whatever it's called in this game. One day I'm gonna be tournament level in a fighting game. I'm gonna actually have the time and effort to put in or some shit, cause low key I like giving niggas their hands. It almost gives me a certain high that I can't quite, get anywhere else, But like I said, hope y'all enjoy the video. There's only like a minute or 2 left. This dude Beerus out here thinking he could destroy me, but nah, not when you fighting the Majin, fam. Turn you into some cookies or something, fam. Look at that, getting pummeled on. Then get supered up. I already had the 7 bar, so I was just like, oh yeah. When I seen him block though, I was like, oh, I can't even continue. Then he blocked again, and I was just like, alright. Of course he gonna try and give me this work, but it's cool. I believe in the mighty Yamcha. Hit him up with the why can't I think of it? The Kamehameha, then hit him with the Spirit Ball. Oh, and then just have Vegeta finish him off. Actually, I lied. I think Majin Buu gave him a slap to the face. Oh, punch. And then the slap. Boom. But, yeah. Kind of my best work that I've done so far, except for beating, the hard tower that I did earlier in my channel's history. But be safe out there. Like I said, y'all, don't get smoked. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Peace.